Today we're going to talk about your end of the year project. I'm sure there's going to be some questions since we're not in school to talk about it as a class, so I want to go over my expectations. On Google Classroom, you'll see that there's an end of the year project assignment posted. So if I go to my classwork and open up my project, you'll see my screen is a little bit different than yours. But the directions tell you that for the last 2 weeks of school, you'll be working on this project, which will begin Tuesday. This is what our last 2 weeks will look like. Monday, you are working on an image activity. So you're going to be matching images and trying to figure out some questions about it. The project starts Tuesday. On Tuesday, you're going to begin by reading the directions for the project, choosing the figure you would like to research and do your project on, and beginning your research. Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to spend time researching. You'll be researching on a doc I provide, and we'll go over that in 1 second. On Friday, you're going to create the slideshow. The slideshow is in Google Classroom. You'll use the template that I've provided for you, and you're going to make sure you have all of that done by the end of this week. Next week, on Tuesday and Wednesday, you're going to, on Tuesday, write a video script, basically summarizing your slideshow, about 3 to 5 minutes, and on Wednesday you'll record your video and submit your slideshow. Your video can be a few things. You can, 1, record your video on your cell phone or iPad and add it to Google Classroom. Or 2, I will provide a Flipgrid link that you could add it to as well if that's easier. You don't have to worry about the video until next week. This week, I would like you to worry about getting your research done and creating your slideshow. So let's take a look at the project itself. So on Tuesday, you'll see that your project and the rubric I'll use to grade that are both linked. So when I open this, you'll see that you're doing 2 things. You're going to create a 3 to 5 minute video and add it to Classroom. You're also going to create a slideshow, and I've given you some examples of what the slideshows from the past have looked like that were very good. You can use those as some inspiration. There's a link to lists of people that we've talked about over the school year. They're separated into time periods. So if Greece was your favorite unit, you may want to choose someone from Greece. If you really liked learning about Julius Caesar and you thought his story was very interesting, you may choose Rome. Or if you are interested in the Crusades, you might choose Saladin or Richard the Lionheart. And then we also have the Renaissance. So your list is linked here. I've also added it to Google Classroom directly. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you look at your rubric or your checklist. As you work through this, make sure that you have all of these components. You're going to submit a slideshow. You're going to create a video. Everything that I'll be looking for is listed here. Here's your schedule for the week as well. So this is what it's going to look like for you to complete that project. Now, on Tuesday, first thing you're going to do is choose who you are interested in learning more about, then getting a start on your research. So your research document is in Google Classroom. This research document, I've made a copy for you, so you don't need to share it with me or add it to Classroom. I'll be able to see that you've completed your research. And all you have to do is make sure you find information for all of these things. The different websites you use, make sure you bullet point and paste them into resources so that you can go back and find that information if you need to, find a little bit more later on. Also on Google Classroom is your template for your slideshow. You're going to type directly into the slideshow on Classroom. If you look here at the bottom of this page, you'll see in the notes section, I've written exactly what my expectations are for that slide. So I expect on this first slide that you're going to have the name of the historical figure, an image of that person, an image of the work that relates to that person. And it might be work, depending on the person you chose. It might be an idea. For example, if you chose a philosopher, it might be a battle that person fought in if you choose, say, Leonidas or Alexander the Great or William the Conqueror. And then also your name. Second slide, you're starting to talk about the biographies, and third slide, and so on. So make sure you check out those notes so that you have all the components I'm looking for, and it'll be an easy peasy way to get all of your points. So by Friday, you are going to have that slideshow completed. That will be turned into Google Classroom. Now I did have some questions already, and so I want to go back to the correct link. There it is. Okay, so when you do your 3 to 5 minute video, basically what you're going to be doing is summarizing what you have made here in your slideshow. So when I, for example, create these lessons or I'm talking over the slideshow, I use something called Screencast-O-Matic. That's certainly something you can use, but you don't have to. A video of just yourself reading your background and your information on the person is enough. If you choose to dress up and use props, that's even better. If we were in school, you would definitely come in one of the last days of school dressed up as your person. You would have some props, you would share, and you would go over your slideshow. Since we're not in school, you don't have to include your slideshow in your video, but you certainly can. And if you would like to get a little bit of guidance on how to do that, you can email me and I'll help you. Hopefully this helps you get started. Please let me know if you have any questions, and good luck and have fun.